Donnie B got to be.
Yo, so it's Donnie B got the beats. I'm here with a young lady that I've been watching for quite a while. When I decided to make my pilgrimage over to the West Coast, I did my homework. I always do my homework to know exactly what the lay of the land is before I get to settle down. One of the people I came across was Jasmine Sweets. And always, whenever I'm doing my homework, I pay attention to who's who and how they move. And it's just like, okay, cool. Woo. So what wound up happening was I was at I moved to North Hollywood, was like, okay, cool. I'm trying to figure things out while I'm out there. And there was like the silent party. And I was like, cool, I'm going to go to the silent party. And guess who was there? Jasmine Sweets. So like, oh, okay, cool. Well, nice to meet you, yada yada. We start talking back and forth. And at the time it was like she's familiar, but I couldn't place it. And then conversation pulled out Jasmine Sweets. It was like, you know what, I heard of you. Please let me know if I'm wrong with this conversation. How about you? No? You agree? You don't agree? Do you hear me?
Yeah, it went in and out.
Okay.
It literally just scrambled. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. So again, we're gonna take it back.
Okay.
So like I said, did my homework, came out to LA, and came across a bunch of the talent that's out here. One of the talents I came across was Jasmine Sweets. Stuck it in the back, compartmentalized it, put it in the back of my head. Wound up moving out to North Hollywood, probably like 2 years into moving out here, and met went to a silent party and came across a young lady talking the conversation, and guess who it was? Jasmine Sweets. And it was like, hey, I heard of you. And legitimately that's how the conversation went. And it's been love and respect ever since. She was a host and a curator of one of DC's not DC, LA's talent pools, where it's a performance where you go out and there's a lot of people that bless the stage out in LA, and it was a beautiful event. And she was, like I said, a curator of that. And one of my homegirls actually got put on, Debbie J, who goes by Gold now, and blew it up out there. So again, I got saying all that to say, extraordinaire music executive, promoter, Jasmine Sweets. How you doing? This is Donnie B got the beats with Jasmine Sweets. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I love that introduction. That was amazing. That's like number one right now.
Appreciate it. But it was right?
Yes, it was right. It was correct. Everything you said was right.
As long as it was accurate. So, Jasmine Sweets, tell everybody about who you are, where you come from, what you about.
I am 31. I am from LA. Went to high school on Crenshaw and Slauson, right there in the 60s hood, Nipsey's hood. I learned quickly that I had a love for music when I was a kid. I always said I wanted to be a singer, but when I got older, couldn't hold a note. So that dream dwindled away. Around the age of 3, I had my first studio internship, and I stayed there for about a month or 2 and ended up getting another internship with another studio. for maybe 2 years. Then from there, I started doing radio for My Guy Mars on Dash Radio. And while I was doing that, that's how Unplugged LA came about. One of my friends, colleagues in the business was starting Unplugged LA. And I asked him, I said, hey, can I, help you with the talent? Like, this is something that I really want to do. And he said, yeah, sure. So I came on, and then I came up with this idea. In order to bring people back, to draw people in, it has to have something of quality, right?
Right,
So
of
I
course.
told him, I said, each show needs to be curated with quality talent. So we started handpicking. We had something called a jam session where we even pulled from there, got them on radio, got them on the stage, introduced them to CEOs. They built fan bases within Unplugged. That was like the gist of Unplugged. It was to not only be able to perform on stage, but to be able to connect the artists with people that they may never be able to reach outside,
Right. Right. Well, how long was Unplugged LA? How I like the duration of it? Like, what was the span of it?
It was about 4 years, I believe. I did have to walk away from Unplugged. It was something that I didn't want to do. As I said before, it is all love and things do happen. But 4 years, within those 4 years, it was a great time for live music. We had Unplugged LA. We have Soulful of Noise. We had the Juice Joint. Like, it's love across the board when it comes to live entertainment and exchanging love between the 3, 4, 5, however many live events it was at the time.
Yeah, and I got to speak to it again. Like I said, I mean, like when I met you, it was at the Unplugged LA event, and I thought it was eloquent. I thought the way that it was put together, it had an energy to it that it's pretty hard to replicate. You know what I mean? So I mean, like I said, not to mention just the ambiance, but the talent as well. It was very well put together, and so again, it was just like, okay, Jasmine, she know what she's doing or whatever. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's also, and this is all me all the time. It's also a team effort. So when you have people on your squad that can hold it down and make things look great, or they hear you out and things just flow and they're awesome. A team is very, very important when it comes to putting things together like that. That is a production. Like, that takes a lot of team power to put together.
Right.
Rehearsal, sound check, time sheets, call sheets, the bar, the food, the door girl. Like, it takes a team and a squad to do that type of production. And I do thank all of them.
Awesome. Is there anybody specific you want to shout out with that regime, or
I'll just say thank you to, it was so many of us, but I do want to just say thank you to the guests that we had come through. We had 1500 and Nothing. We've had Tweet. We've had BJ the Chicago Kid. We had Mike and Keys from the Futuristics. We've had My Guy Mars became a partner with us. So thank you to him, because he definitely pulled his weight around to bring in those executives and producers and CEOs and special talents like DJ Battlecat, who is like a legendary producer and DJ on the West Coast. So that's all I can really think of right now. Please don't hate me. Charge it to my head, not to my heart. I do love and I appreciate all of everybody who supported us, because it started out real small. We had bar guarantees we couldn't pay for. We had nights that were good, some were bad, but in the end, it always made me happy to be able to see familiar faces and to be able to make their night go a little bit better than how their day went.
Right. Well, trust me, I get it. I mean, when you're an entrepreneur, it's so many people in the that help you with your day to day that you get. It's kind of hard and difficult to kind of really lay it out to everybody.
Right.
But I'm sure that the work that was put into it. That everybody feels exactly what it is that how grateful you are for the assistance and so forth and so on.
Yeah, thanks.
Now, moving forward over to you have an endeavor called our Artistry World. What is Artistry World?
So Artistry World is not my company.
Okay.
I I'll give you a little background story. So Unplugged LA, like I said, it not only helped performers or artists, creatives, to be able to build fan bases and just to be on stage, but it also gave them the pool to talk to producers and CEOs and executives. So at Unplugged LA, when you're first off, when you're doing your history, make sure that you do your history before you go anywhere to perform anywhere, because you can run into anybody.
Right.
So I've done my background history on a lot of music executives and A&Rs and management, especially within the Black African American, world community. So Max Goose came to Unplugged LA a few times, and I made sure that I said hello, got him what he needed for his table, whoever needed to get in. I had to make sure that it was a smooth transition from the door to the table. You got to go out, you need wine, you need water. Okay. So, Max Goose is a music executive. He is now CEO, founder of Artistry World. Being that I did Unplugged LA and I with a little bit, Max reached out to me. It just so happened that I was getting laid off from my job as a legal secretary, and he reached out and wanted to meet with me and in his office. So I didn't know what I was meeting for. I just knew that it was Max. He's never been faulty with me. I never got a vibe from him, like a bad vibe from him. So I'm like, it's Max Goose. I have to go. So I went to his office and he said that he wanted me to work for Artistry World. Artistry World is basically a talent brand management like platform, or brand rather. It's literally across the board when it comes to entertainment, TV, film, music, booking, models, producers, artists, singers, rappers, and it's across the world. I know we have someone, I believe, in the UK, and I'm currently working with Sean Garrett the Pen, the producer, and we also represent Teddy Riley and Sweetie and Nevaeh Jolie, and it's so many people, and I'm very, very thankful to Max Goose and Monica Payne for reaching out to me, because it's definitely a blessing, because I didn't know what I was gonna do after I got laid off. I just knew that I had to do something.
Understood. But I mean, it's dope. I mean, again, you just seem to kind of fall into good endeavors, which is awesome. That speaks to you as well. You know what I mean? Another endeavor that you're involved in is the curve empowerment. Like, what is the? Can you speak to people and tell people what curve empowerment is and what it means?
So curve empowerment is just basically embracing your curves, whether you're small, in the middle, big, voluptuous, fabulous. It doesn't matter. Just embrace yourself. It took me a long time to embrace myself. Um, I did not believe that I was always pretty. I didn't always believe that I was beautiful. But a friend of mine came up with Curve Empowerment, Nidra Jones, Jasmine Gordon, Savvy, and they do photo shoots that inspire bigger women. And when I went to my first photo shoot, yes, I was very nervous. But when I got in front of that camera, I felt amazing, and they brought me back to do a few more, and I fell in love with the whole embrace your curves and be who you are. It's okay if you want to lose weight. It's okay if you eat a lot or if you eat what you're not supposed to eat, but just make sure that you do take care of yourself in between there, because we did hold a couple workouts. I believe we had a sexy fit workout with Nicole Rush and a yoga session before COVID happened. So we do make sure that we stay healthy and, you know, secure within ourselves.
Good. Well, listen, that prompts a good question. So, like, what is your thoughts? Because I understand what the old model was as far as when you talk about entertainment industry, you have to stick to a certain type of demographic, right? Where you know how things got to look a certain way, they got to feel a certain way, and so forth and so on. So, with something like Care of Empowerment, what do you feel like? How impactful do you feel Care of Empowerment is with the times, with regard to, you know, the state of how everybody perceives you know, things, for, like you said, not just a specific demographic, but you know, all different types of demographics and all different types of, like, you know, what is beautiful and so forth and so on. What's your thoughts?
So I believe the times have changed and are changing for the better for the most part. It's a slow change, but at least it's a change. People are starting to accept. Basically, it is what it is. A lot of people have. I don't want to say that word. A lot of people.
It's okay. We got you.
I don't want to say thoughtful, but a lot of people. I just lost my thought that fast. But I know that a lot of, like, the times are changing and a lot of people are being accepting more to what someone is or what they look like or what they're, you know, how they perceive themselves. As far as Care of Empowerment goes, we do have a lot more representation out there. We have Lizzo. We have Timbria Majors. We have a lot of representation out there, and I believe it's a beautiful thing, and I would love for everyone to embrace it a little bit more. I'm not saying walk out with everything out and jiggling, but just be confident within yourselves. And that goes for myself too, because we all have days where something don't look right or so you don't feel right in something and you just kind of have to like go with it. But I believe it's being accepted a lot more than what it was. And that goes for even in music videos and content, so on and so forth.
Right, right. And I think overall, I mean, just even the overall consumer is a lot more educated as far as the understanding of what it takes to be a celebrity these days. I think people study it more. At least that's my thought process. So, you know, their the ability to digest, you know, people's content and people's ideas are a lot better than they were just 5 to 10 years ago.
Right.
And I think that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, with regard to that, entertainment and politics, you know, so we slide through the the thoughts really quickly, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, we just had some unprecedented things happen over the weekend, and you know, within the past couple of months, there has been a lot of marriage between the two, where we have a lot of entertainers that are taking a lot more political stances and being very vocal about everything that's happening with politics and so forth and so on. I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on the climate of everything that's going on politically, and then also the stance of do you feel that people should just shut up and rap or shut up and sing? Or do you feel that there is a lot more of an opportunity for people, singers, songwriters, music engineers, entertainers, executives, to have more of a say so and more of a utilize the platform a lot more? What are your thoughts?
I believe that entertainers, creatives, people who have big platforms, they have a responsibility. And you have to really think about what you say and do when it comes to politics and airing out who you're going to vote for, what you think is right and what you think is wrong. You have to remember what your demographic is. Are they young? Are they old? Will they make the same decision that you will make because you made it? Because it can be dangerous. So, what I'm saying is, people need to think about what they say and do before they do it and air it on social media and on media, period, on the internet. Because if people who have like 1 million plus fans around the world, it's dangerous to me, because they'll make a decision that you made and they don't have the exact same background that you have. They don't have the money that you have. They don't have the connects that you have. So I just believe artists, not gonna name the artists, but you know the artists. I believe the artists and the producers and the actors should have been a little bit more responsible, and that they shouldn't have waited till the last minute right before voting to do so. I felt that it was dangerous. And I'm very proud that a lot of people called it out and they questioned it and they did their own research for the most part and made the decision themselves, whether they voted Republican or Democrat.
Right. Right. Well, let me ask you this, and this is kind of off script a bit. With regard to being homegrown LA, right? And you're from here. You know the temperature here. You got your finger on the pulse of everything that's going on here. Me, I'm not from here, right?
Okay. Mm.
So there's a whole different perspective and dynamic in the paradigm of how politics works, especially in LA.
Mm.
What do you like? Do you feel? Would you say that you feel that LA is a nerve center for political climate? And would you say that LA is reactionary or proactive when it comes to political landscape? Sorry, I didn't mean to put you. It seemed like maybe I put you in a bind. I don't want to put you in a bind. Just wanted to ask you a question. Your thoughts on that?
A little bit. The West Coast, being from LA, the West Coast is a pillar. So we definitely have a lot of weight. We carry and hold a lot of weight. And I am very proud of LA for how they handle themselves. We stand up for what we believe in. We air out what we need to air out, represent what we need to represent. And we also, I believe LA holds each other accountable too.
I agree.
Snoop, Ice Cube, Warren G, they all hold each other accountable. We may not see it on social media or in the media, but somebody's calling them up and saying, what are you doing? I have friends that call me and say, what was that? That you didn't practice. You were supposed to write this down before you said it.
Right.
So I believe that that's all I can really say. I just know that we hold each other accountable. I'm proud of LA. I'm proud of where I'm from. West Coast started a lot of trends. They are the trendsetters. Um, we hold each other accountable. That's all I can really say, because I'm not gonna go deep into it like that.
Cool. Now, and you know, and let me throw you some rope here too. By the way, like so, like
Okay.
that was very big with me with moving. You know, anybody that knows me, especially from back home in DC, is I'm a very ambitious person, but I do my homework and I study a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the things actually had my choice between LA and New York. And it was
Oh,
one of the things, and I leaned on New York heavy because I mean I'm from the East Coast, especially the
yeah.
Northeast, home. But you know, like you said, and I agree, and that's just further consummate your point is that LA is the thermometer for the world. It takes the temperature for everything that's going on. So it's just like, well, you know, I need to be where they at in order to be ahead. You know what I mean? Not
Mm-hmm.
only time zones, but just helping to set the trend. So I mean, I definitely agreed, and I applaud your thought process on it. So I just again, I'm saying all to say I didn't want to just put you out there and you be like feeling like I put you on spot, but no, that's
No, thank you.
you know,
Thank you. It's a big melting pot, and we accept. Let me speak for myself. I would say that we would accept a lot of people for the most part and embrace you, but you just can't come and act weird or be, funny acting, because it's not gonna mix. We're pretty authentic on this side for the most part. You can tell who is who and who is real and who is not.
right,
Um, but for the most part, when you do meet that genuine person, they'll let you know, hey, don't move that way. Come over here, or let's move this way, or you need to talk to this person instead of that person.
right,
So we do have each other's back, and we will have people that we have just met for the most part their back as well, because we want them to succeed too. It's enough money out here and connects for everyone.
right, right. Cool. Well, I totally understand where you're coming from with that. I definitely I feel the same way, and that's like I tell people at home all the time, like you know, you know, I constantly get the question like, "How's LA? Like what's it like?" And you know, it's just like, look, I ain't never moved home. You know what I mean? I just not. Like you know, LA take care of me. Like you know, LA is like my lady. Like
Right.
take good care of me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and that's all that matters, and that's really all it boils down to. So, but segue, uh, we have new office in the White House,
Ha.
and to have a sister in the White House, and again, we love Michelle. Michelle will always be everything,
First lady forever.
but
Hmm.
we also have Kamala now.
Amen.
How you feel about it?
I'm all for it. It's a high ranking position. I'm all for it. And I can't lie, when I saw her walk out on stage yesterday, it was everything. I teared up, I cried. Like, that is huge. I have witnessed so much history happen from um Obama and Michelle and their presidency to now having to go through 4 years of, I'ma just say it, 4 years of hell, and people acting a fool, a whole fool, and wanting to do whatever they want to do to people like it's okay, to having um a brighter future, and knowing that little girls can really become not only vice president, you can be president now.
Right,
This has broken so many barriers, and it you just have to keep going. The adversity that you may meet, you just have to keep going. And it's the same thing with me. I've been through a whole lot. I've ran into all kind of stuff. I've had to walk away from things that were great. I've had to tell people how, like, what it is and how you're going to treat me, but you have to keep going. she was a senator. Kamala Harris was a senator. And Joe saw something in her to be his vice president. And they ran and they did what they were supposed to do. And Simone did what she was supposed to do. And Stacey Abrams did what she was supposed to. It's a beautiful thing. It was crazy to see Pennsylvania go from red to blue. It was crazy to see Georgia go from red to blue.
Right.
And we were waiting for what? 4 days, 4 or 5 days or something like that to hear the final. It was beautiful. I don't care what the man does for the next 2 months. I don't whatever. He
Right.
can go now. It doesn't matter. But it's exciting to have a Black woman in a high ranking position like that. To know that, and knock on wood and praise, God forbid anything happened to Joe, we would be under a Black woman
Right.
leadership. It's amazing and it's beautiful, and it gives us hope. It gives us a lot of hope, and I absolutely love it.
Well, with that same hope, and that's awesome, and I totally agree with that sentiment. I think she's the best candidate for that job as well. If not the president, then definitely vice president. I mean, she is what to me feels like she's widely regarded. Should be widely regarded as widely regarded. I apologize, as Obama was. She's all of the same characteristics. Speaks very well, knows how to hold her own. Very knowledgeable about the things that are coming out of her mouth. All of the above. So I mean, it definitely pushes a lot of envelopes, and so forth and so on. So I mean, I wish her and obviously Joe the best, in their next 4 to 8 years. And I just got to say 4 to 8. Yeah, but Joe,
a lot of mess to clean up.
And Joe ain't a spring chicken either. So I mean, we also got to take that into consideration too.
I mean, that's why I said God forbid, but I mean, he reached his high. If this was his high goal, he reached it and he did what he had to do. And regardless of their past and how they did before, way before this even happened, people have to realize that was their past.
Right.
Kamala did her job. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not saying, F whoever got locked up under her, while she was district attorney, but she did her job.
Right.
Joe did what he did. Joe isn't the same person. Now, if these people have conveyed to you who they are right now, then take it for what it is. But I couldn't see myself doing another 4 years with Trump. I just couldn't. It would have been pure hell.
Yeah, and I feel his divisiveness was something that would impede a lot of people, both in the public and private sectors as well. Just entirely divisive and create such a calamity for people to grow and prosper, communicate, and all of the above. But it's an old adage from an old movie, Jurassic Park. It's just like life finds a way, man. You know what I mean? And I feel life always puts us in the best position to be our best selves. We just have to capitalize on it when those moments come, Right. And I feel that this is that moment. And I said it earlier in the podcast earlier. I agree that I believe that the nation spoke. You know what I mean? And that really all it boils down to is that, we do have a lot of people out there that substantiate the old paradigm. But we also have the young progressives and people that don't conform to the old ways. And I mean, change is evident and it is a must. And that's where I feel we are, and it showed itself. Now, with regard to the same thing, the entertainment industry and the representation for women, especially women of color, in the entertainment industry. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, do you feel that it's equally as abundant as in politics with the paradigm shift, or would you like to see it in a better way? Do you feel that it could be a little bit more growth there in that perspective, or you think that it's par for the course?
I believe that we are definitely there. I'm not gonna say we're on the come up, and I'm not gonna say that um it's progressing because it's there. I don't have a percentage in my brain, but I know women like Julie Greenwald started, Sylvia Rome, Ethiopia, um, Brittany Shanae, who is VP marketing. She just got Billboard 40 under 40.
Yeah.
We're definitely representing out here and doing what we have to do to make the magic happen. And I'm definitely proud of where everyone is heading and what everyone is doing. I still have a long way to go. I'm just happy with where I am right now, and I do appreciate all the opportunities that I do and did have, because it molded me into what I am now, what I can be in the future. But women are doing the damn thing right now, not just in entertainment, but education, like across the board. Women are doing the damn thing, and I couldn't be more happier.
Awesome. And I agree with you. I think the representation for women, especially women of color, has grown exponentially. And excited to see where it goes. I mean, my biggest thing is, you know, when opportunity there's always, when that comes, there's always kind of a balance to see where things go, because people could take it and go entirely left.
Right.
But definitely excited to see the growth, and because it makes it open, it opens the door not just for women, but other opportunities as well, and for other genres and other perspectives that people possibly won't, they're possibly not seeing right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it just makes it possible for everybody else who does not have an opportunity, and I'm definitely all for it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I just agree with you.
Right. Well, with that being said, it's the same thing. That was at a time, especially like as recent as almost last year, black representation in Hollywood. Like being from LA, not California, being from LA, because this is like, you know what I mean?
Like there's cultural differences within California. So yeah.
Hey, facts. Like the thing is, like, it's like that was one thing, is like being an Angelino now. I understand there's California and then there's LA though.
Right.
You know what I mean? You gotta say LA though. You know what I mean?
Right.
Black representation in Hollywood. How do you feel that? Do you feel that the same shifts that is happening both politically as well as women in the entertainment industry? Do you feel that the black representation is switching as well? Do you feel the swing? Do you see that there's growth and opportunity for people, persons of color, specifically black folk in Hollywood, at a higher rate? Do you feel that way?
Absolutely do. And I'll tell you, this year alone has pushed people to do what they've wanted to do since they were kids or teenagers, or if they decided within their young adulthood to go ahead and push that podcast or do their own show or manage their friends' music careers or do a monologue for the hell of it and start their own animation series or put together their own short film. It's been for COVID to happen and to put us on lockdown. I've had and seen so much creative things from black people. It blew me away. Like it made me so happy and so proud of us to do what we wanted to do. Some people ended up connecting with someone that they needed to talk to at Warner Brothers to get this going.
Mhm.
Someone else may have sang and did Sweet Serenade, my show on Saturday night, and ended up connecting with the producer that could put them on to. So it's been incredible. The representation in Hollywood has been incredible for us to create our own thing. And when I say Hollywood, I'm talking not only LA, but I'm also talking Atlanta. I'm
Yeah, Atlanta
talking
would.
right. And that's Black Hollywood, right? That's what
Atlanta
they call
would.
Black Hollywood now.
Yeah.
Atlanta, New York, um, St. Louis,
Yes.
Tennessee, um, Florida, Houston, Dallas, like the Bay Area is growing, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to witness all of what our ancestors wanted. You know, it's a great thing. I just want us to cherish it and treat it well for it to flourish more.
Right. Understood. Well, so hot topics, but especially when we're talking about Black representation in Hollywood and the opportunities and so forth and so on. There's two franchises that I want to throw out there. See what you thought about them. Lovecraft Country. What's your thoughts on Lovecraft Country?
Okay, don't hate me.
I'm not.
I haven't watched it.
Okay, it's understood. Understood. That's what
I
definitely.
haven't watched it. I planned on watching it. I actually was gonna watch it yesterday, but brain was all over the place and I was working on stuff. But yeah, I haven't watched it yet. But I heard that it was amazing and good, and it took you through like history.
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I have to watch it.
All I say is clear schedule. It's nothing you want to ride though, for sure. So just
Probably like 2 days, a day.
I don't know.
It's been
Yeah, I was about to say depends on if it catch your attention. It ain't for everybody. That's all I'm gonna say.
okay.
I love it, and I
All
love
right, okay.
what it is and what it represents, but it ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I'll leave it there. And second one is Antebellum. Did you see Antebellum?
I did not.
Okay, that one I'm gonna tell you. I gotta say
I'm horrible.
that was the must see that one. That's
Okay.
and again I that's just me personally.
That's a movie, right?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
it was a
Janelle Monáe.
yeah. If
Okay.
if that does not get a Academy Award nomination, I swear they need to blow the whole process up. That's all I'm saying.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
But again, that's my thoughts, not your thoughts. So don't take my word for it. Just,
Okay.
give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Okay, I will.
All right. So rounding everything down, we wound it down for this thing. Just wanted to ask, with all your wealth of experience and all the opportunities that have laid before you, and all of the work that you put in, and all the hard work and sweat and tears and so forth and so on, what is some advice that you have for people that are aspiring to be where you are, and to be in a perspective of the world, they can get the respect of people in the industry?
I say this every time. You should rest. Don't quit, but rest. And what I mean by rest is, if you need to walk away from something, then do that. I don't care if it's for a month, a day, a week, a year, and then you get back to it. Just always make sure that you get back to it. When it comes to meeting people and trying to not only network but to build a relationship, if you ever see that person out, say hello. You don't have to have a whole conversation. Hi, how you doing? Okay, great to see you. Hope to see you soon. That's it. Now, if you ever get the chance to exchange contact information with someone, I would suggest you saying happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If you know their birthday, happy birthday. And that's it. I say that to say because that will put a footprint in their brain if they ever need you for something. So they know to call you. That has worked for me. I
Right.
literally have said happy holiday, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, all of that. It works. But make sure that you rest. Make sure that you're nice to people. Make sure that you always do quality work because people will remember you if you have quality work and you do quality business. And stand up for yourself. Don't be mean. You don't have to be mean about it. You don't have to yell, scream, curse. You can do it respectfully. Just get what you deserve if
Right.
you are hired to do something. That's all I really have to say. That was kind of all over the place, but
Oh,
I
I
hope
think
you
so.
got it.
I don't think so. I mean, these are rules. I mean, obviously, if people are paying attention, then they know exactly what information to draw from. So I don't think it's all over the place at all. These are the rules. It's like, don't feed don't feed
Agree.
gremlins after midnight. You know.
Um,
So that's that. But definitely
Basically,
appreciate.
there you go. There it is.
See what I'm saying? So
Yep.
nonetheless, I appreciate you for your time and everything that you've done so far. Like I said, I've done my homework, so I already know what it is that you do and what you're capable of. I always wish you the best. If I could be of any assistance in the future, you feel free to let me know. How can people learn more about you and all of the events and so forth as that and things that you have going on?
I'm really on Instagram for the most part. I'm rarely on Facebook. I do go every now and then, but on Instagram, my Instagram is Jasmine JASMINE _ Sweets, like candy sweets. It's a nickname. I'm a sweetheart. That's why everybody calls me Sweets. Um, I post mainly almost everything on my page and story. If I have anything coming up, I do silent parties with Millennium Age. That's at Millennium_age. I'm working with Artistry World. Super excited and blessed to have that opportunity. Thanks again, Max, Monica, and Monet, and Adam. Um, and trying to think. Oh, I have Sweet Serenade coming back soon. That is R&B live on IG Live. I do that on Saturday nights, 7 p.m. I am going to shoot for next weekend because I didn't do it this weekend.
Okay.
To start. I think that's the 15th or the 16th. I think it's the 16th. Not too sure. But you can follow me on Instagram. Feel free to DM me. I'm nice to everyone unless you're not nice to me.
Fair.
So, I'm here. I'm not stuck up. I don't play all of that. I'm a human being. I'm normal.
Cool. And I can vouch for that too. Like I said, it's been all over since I met you. So definitely, you wouldn't be on the show if I thought you was. Definitely not. No, we're not having that now. But definitely appreciate you for your time. And make sure if you have any information that's pertinent, any opportunities that's coming up, shoot me the links, so forth and so on. I know you got me some pics. Those will be edited in. Please believe that. But if there's anything else that you want to promote, so forth and so on, send it to me so that way I can put it in the comment section below, so people can do their make it easier for folk to do their homework.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Don.
I appreciate it, and like I said, keep doing your thing. Your work is not being unnoticed. I'm sure there's plenty of people that are like me that are like gym rats. Like we in the gym, we studying everybody moving. So
Right.
they're watching, and just keep doing what you're doing. And I'm happy for you. I'm proud of all of the successes that you've done, especially in the short time of LA. I've been in LA, and so like I said, if there be any sisters going forward, feel free to let me know.
Thank you.
All right. So again, this is Donnie B got the beats. I got Jasmine Sweets, and again, we're gonna keep it G. And stay tuned for the next episode. We got some really interesting customers coming up real soon. So.
Donnie B.